Today's video is going to take you through part 2 of the 3.10 notes. A lot of calculator-based work in this section, not all, but a lot of calculator-based work. So if you have your calculator with you, which obviously you should, go ahead and take it out because we're going to like kind of flip-flop going back and forth between using it. And then you'll also see some that do not require the calculator or that you can't use. So we continue with inequality. Well, we'll continue with equations, and then we'll also bring in inequalities. On this question, it says use a graph utility to find where 4 cosine 2x minus 1 equals 3. And then it says restrict your answers from 0 to 2 pi. And then it asks where is cosine greater than 3. So first of all, I'm going to graph on my graphing utility. If you think about it, it's a cosine curve, so it's going to continue on forever, which is why it wants you to restrict it. When I type this in on the calculator, I want to find where this equals 3, right? So I'm going to actually make it 2 equations. I'm going to make this my y1 and this my y2. Okay, so you'll see in my y1, I have 4 cosine of 2x minus 1, and then in my y2, I've got 3. And then I'm going to go to my window, and I'm going to make it 0 to 2 pi. So when you first type in 2 pi, it will look like that. And if you enter, it's going to actually go ahead and approximate what that 2 pi would be. Now I'm going to graph it. And you'll see your sine curve or cosine curve being drawn. And then you're going to see your y equals 3 line being drawn. So you can see it's going to occur a couple times, 1, 2, 3, 4 times to be specific. So those 4 times are here, 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 and here. So then I'll show you again on the video, but what we're going to do is we're going to find out where it intersects each of those times. Okay, so I'm going to go second trace. I'm going to go to intersect, and I need it to be 4 times. It's going to need to be close to the point that you're trying to get. So it doesn't matter what order we do this in, but notice it's asking for the first curve. It's on the blue, which is fine. Then it's going to go to the red, which is also good. It needs to. And then it's going to say yes, and yes, you're going to take it to that part. So that first intersection, my x value is 0.139. Then I'm going to repeat that process again. Second trace, go to intersection. And this time I need to be closer to the second one than I am to the first. So I'm going to move that little spidery looking thing to the right, hit enter, hit enter, hit enter again. And it's going to take me to that next one, which is 0.861. And then I'm going to do it again. Second trace, intersect. Now I'm going to go closer to the third one than I am to the second, which is really anywhere over here. Hit enter, enter again, one more time. And I get 3.280. And last time, second trace, intersect. This time I need to be closer to the last one than I am to the third one. And enter 3 times, and I get 4.002. Okay, so that answers the first part. What are the 4 times? Well, this we know it's 4 times 1, 0.139, 0.861, 3.280, and 4.002. Then the second part says where's cosine greater than or equal to 0? So now let's analyze this graph again. Where would it be greater than or equal to 0? Would be everywhere above that y equals 3 line. So I know those are intervals, and it goes from the first x, which means greater than and not greater than or equal to means parentheses, from 0.139 to the next one, which was 0.861, and that can also be written as 0.139 is less than x, which is less than 0.861. Then the next one was from here to here, which is my third x, which is 3.280, to my fourth x, which is 4.002. Or 3.280 is less than x, which is less than 4.002. If it had said or equal to, then those parentheses would have changed to brackets and the or equal to sign would go underneath those x values. All right, example 2 says the graph of the sinusoidal function f is given in the xy plane. Find the length of the interval that satisfies f of x is less than or equal to 6. So this time we don't need a graphing utility because it gives us the graph. F of x is the same thing as y, so y being 6 would be this line here, which is actually the midline of this graph. And I want to know the length of the interval, length, not what the interval is, length of the interval that satisfies it. So I want to know from here to here, and less than or equal to means I'm going to include those points. So 10 to 5, 10 minus 5 would be 5. That should also be half your period because it goes from the intercept where it crosses the x-axis to the end on that sine curve. If it had asked what's the interval, then I would have said 5 to 10, and this time it would get brackets, or 5 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 10. All right, example 3. The ride on a Ferris wheel can be modeled by, and it gives you the function, where t is the time in minutes, and t equals 0 is the time when the ride begins at the base of the Ferris wheel. So we know that if we're going around our Ferris wheel, that our t equals 0 would be at the bottom. During what interval of time on their first revolution of the ride do the riders exceed a height of 55 feet? All right, so we need to know the total distance or the maximum distance traveled. So that would be our d plus our 25, or d plus a, which is 60. So from top to bottom, 0 would be the top. 0 would be the bottom and 60 would be the top. And I need to know when it gets bigger than 55. Because it has a b of pi over 5, I know 2 pi over that, or 5 over pi, means my whole period is 10. So all the way around would be 10 seconds. It's going to hit the top of my curve halfway. So at 5 seconds, it's here. And then if I wanted to divide it into fourths, I could find how, or at least half, I could find where it stops on either side because it is not the midline. So if it had said above 30, for example, then I would be able to give exact times without a calculator. I would go from a fourth the way to 3/4 the way. So that would be on something that you would see that did not have a calculator. For this one, because it's 55 and that's a little bit harder to tell, we're going to use the graphing calculator. So I'm going to graph my model as my y1. And then because the height is our output, I will make y2 equal 55. And then I'm going to see where it would be bigger than that. I'm going to restrict it to just one period so that I can see this easier. So I'm going to go from 0 to 10. You could even restrict it smaller than 10, but not smaller than 5 because we got to go past it a little bit. Okay, so I've entered in both my equations, the y equals negative 25 cosine pi over 5x plus 35, and then 55 because that's where I want to see where it crosses. Before I graph it, I'm going to adjust my window. So I did 0 to 10 on the x-axis, so I get one full period of that cosine curve. And then if I left my y min at negative 10, it would have been okay, but if I left my max at positive 10, I would never even see part of that cosine curve. I needed to adjust it. So I made the min 5 because that should be the bottom of your curve. But again, you could have left it at negative 10. The max is what you're really worried about. If I want to see the top of this graph, then my max has to go to 60, which was the max value on the curve. So now I'm going to hit graph. And it's working. There's my cosine curve. Actually, the minimum was not 5. The minimum was 10, but I went too low, but it doesn't matter. I still got to see it. Okay, so now I've got to see, I want to see on their first revolution of the ride, on what interval of time do the riders exceed a height of 55? So I'm looking for that little part right here where it goes over the y equals 55 line. So second, trace, intersect. I'm going to go to the left, close enough, enter, enter, enter. And that first coordinate point is 3.9758. So we're going to say that is from 3.976 seconds. Nope, minutes. And then go second trace, go to intersect, Go closer to the next one. And it stops at 6.024. So I can write that in two ways. One, it has to exceed the 55, so it can't include these points. In interval notation, this would be 3.976, 6.024. Or in an inequality statement, it would be 3.976 is less than t, which is less than 6.024. And again, this would be in minutes. All right, next one says, let y equals 2x cosine of 0.3x minus 9 plus 5 to represent the height of a kite bobbing in the wind, where x represents the number of minutes the kite has been in the air, and y is how high the kite is in feet. After how many minutes will the kite first reach 20 feet? So we're basically looking for this to be my y1 and this y2 to be 20 feet. And I want it to be the first time. So we're going to start it at 0. We're going to cut it off if you wanted to cut it off for your period. 2 pi over 0.3 would be the same thing as 2 pi over 3/10. Keep, change, flip. And I'd get 20 pi over 3 if you wanted to cut it off and just see one period. But you could also just graph this and see where it crosses by using your zoom in and zoom out feature. All right, so let's talk about what's going on in my calculator. I've got my y1. There is an extra x in there because that's how the equation is. So 2x cosine 0.3x minus 9 plus 5. And my y2 is 20. And then I am going to adjust my window. So time doesn't really matter, but it's not going to be negative. So I want to start at 0. And then I have it left at 10. But if I needed to, like, let's say extended longer, we could have done that. But you'll see when you graph. And then your y min, I left at negative 10. It could have also started at 0 because it's not going to go below the ground. But I had to extend it up past the 20, so I just did 25. Now I'm going to hit graph. And it's only going to happen once in this time frame. I'm going to hit second trace, intersect, my first curve, my second curve, and intersect. And it's happening at 7.941 minutes. All right, example 5 says, if f of x equals 2 plus 6 cosine of x and g of x equals 5, what are the x coordinates of the points of the intersection of the xy plane of the graphs of f and g for 0 is less than or x, which is less than or equal to 2 pi. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to graph this, and then we're going to see where they intersect. All right, so this is what I typed in my calculator, the two functions, the y1 and the y2. And then if you go to your window, I restricted the x from 0 to 2 pi. And then your y min is fine, negative 10 to 10, it doesn't really matter. Our maximum here is going to be 8, so I know at least it will catch the max, and it will catch that 5 where it intersects. When I hit graph, it's going to happen twice. And it says, what are the x coordinates of the points of intersection? So second trace, go to your intersection. I'm going to go closer to the left one. That's the first point, which is 1.047. And then second trace, intersect, go closer to the second one. And there's my next one, 5.2359, so 236. That would be your 2 points of intersection, 2 x coordinates. All right, example 6 says, without the aid of a calculator, give an inequality that describes the values of x from negative pi to pi, for which 2 cosine x minus 1 is greater than 0, and sine of x is less than 0. All right, so let's think about what this first part, the restriction, is saying, is if I look at my graph, or my unit circle, pi is here, negative pi is also here, but we're saying use from negative pi all the way around to positive pi, which means our natural unit circle angles in the top quadrants, but it means the negatives of those angles in the bottom. So it'd be negative pi over 6, negative pi over 4, negative pi over 3, negative pi over 2, negative 2 pi over 3, negative 3 pi over 4, and oh, I missed one, sorry, and negative 5 pi over 6. And then it goes to negative pi. So I want to figure out where 2 cosine of x minus 1 would equal 0. So 2 cosine of x minus 1 is greater than 0. It means 2 cosine of x is greater than 1, and cosine of x is greater than 1/2. So if we think about what's happening here, I need my x values to be positive, and I need them to be bigger than 1/2. So cosine is 1/2 at pi over 3. The coordinate point here is 1/2 and root 3 over 2. If I go backwards on any of these x values, they're going to get smaller. I hit the 0 and then I get negative. The only way they're going to be greater than 0 is if I go to the right, which means forward basically on those answers. So this would be from pi over 3 to 0. All those values are going to be bigger than 1/2. And then it would also equal 1/2 at negative pi over 3. And if I move to the right, it would be greater than 1/2. So that interval alone, I have to go in order. So it goes from negative pi over 3 to positive pi over 3. Or negative pi over 3, comma pi over 3. That would be the interval in which cosine is greater than 1/2. Now I want sine to be less than 0. So where sine is less than 0, this one's a little bit easier to see, hopefully, because that's underneath the x-axis. So all these values are where your sine is less than 0. Because it's an and statement, I need it to overlap. The only place in which these are both true are the bottom part of what we selected for our cosine answer, which means from negative pi over 3 to 0, not including them, so parentheses, or negative pi over 3 is less than x, which is less than 0. All right, that wraps up today's notes. Please make sure you submit the notes to the assignment, and then you'll get to work on 3.10 part 2 homework.